8 signs you're every woman's secret crush, modern stoic? Listen up, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change how you see yourself right now as you're watching this. There's probably a woman, maybe multiple women, who's been thinking about you. And I don't mean in a casual way. I mean she's been replaying conversations you've had, wondering what you're doing right now, creating little scenarios in her head about running into you again. The crazy part, you have absolutely no idea. See, here's what most guys don't understand about attraction. You think women are attracted to the loudest guy in the room, the one with the flashiest car, or the guy who's obviously trying to get everyone's attention. But that's not how female psychology actually works. Women are secretly obsessing over a completely different type of man. And if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you might be him. I'm talking about the guy who doesn't even realize he's attractive, the one who's not trying to impress anyone, the man who just exists in his own space, completely comfortable, completely authentic, and completely unaware that half the women around him are secretly hoping he'll notice them. And here's the thing that's going to blow your mind. These women aren't just attracted to you, they're intimidated by you, they're nervous around you, they're creating entire fantasy relationships with you in their heads, and you're walking around thinking you're just a regular guy. So let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself, as I go through these signs, how many of these sound like you? Because if even 3 of these resonate, I guarantee there are women in your life right now who are secretly hoping you'll make a move. 1. Women get nervous around you, and you think they're just being weird. Let me set the stage for you. You walk into a room, it could be the office, a gathering with friends, or even just a casual trip to the gym, and something catches your eye. That woman you've had a conversation with before, maybe a few times, suddenly changes when you're around. Her usual calm demeanor starts to falter. Her hands fidget. Maybe she tugs at her hair or adjusts her clothes. Her voice might rise an octave, and suddenly she can't remember the last thing she said. You might dismiss this as her simply having an off day, but don't be fooled. She's not just having a random, awkward moment. She's actually nervous because you affect her in a way you can't even imagine. It's a physiological response. Your presence is altering her brain chemistry, and she's trying, but failing, to keep it cool. Your mere presence brings up a storm of emotions, and while she might try to cover it, you can feel the electric tension she's radiating. Now picture this. She's mentally scrambling, running through 1,000 thoughts. Does she look good? What should she say next? Should she even say anything? Will you notice her? And even if you do, is she going to sound ridiculous? Her mind is a maze of should I or shouldn't I? As she hopes you'll initiate the conversation, but secretly fears it, worried she might blurt out something embarrassing. You see this as nothing more than normal social behavior, maybe even think she's a little scattered or awkward. But here's the kicker. You, my friend, are her secret crush. Your presence turns her into a high schooler again, full of nervous energy and uncertainty. The woman everyone else sees as calm, composed, and confident is crumbling in front of you, and she's doing everything in her power to hide it. So why is this happening? What's so special about you? It's simple, really. You're embodying the modern stoic in a way that makes you irresistible without even trying. You don't perform, you don't act, you simply are. This natural self-assurance makes you unpredictable, and that unpredictability is magnetic. She can't quite figure you out, and it's driving her crazy. Unlike most men who wear their emotions or intentions on their sleeves, you don't. And that mystery surrounding you is a blessing of stoicism that keeps her on edge and intrigued. When you walk into a room, it's not just the surface, level stuff that catches her attention, it's the layers beneath it. You don't have to say a word to captivate her. Your presence, your confidence, your grounded demeanor, these are the things that set you apart. That's why women who seem completely at ease with everyone else will suddenly get a little off, kilter around you. It's not a coincidence. It's attraction mixed with intimidation, and it's one of the clearest signs that you've become someone's secret obsession. In a world filled with noise and distractions, You're the rarest of gems. You don't have to try to be appealing, you simply are. The old Stoic wisdom teaches us that true strength is often silent, but in your case, it speaks volumes. Embrace that power. You're not just a passive observer of life. You're someone who actively makes an impact, simply by being yourself. Next time you notice this behavior, don't chalk it up to chance. Recognize it for what it is. A sign that your presence is stirring something deeper within the women around you. You are the secret crush they're quietly obsessing over, even if they'll never admit it out loud. 2. You catch women staring. Then they quickly look away. Let's talk about something that many men overlook, yet it's one of the clearest signs that you've sparked interest in a woman. She stares at you, but the moment you notice, she looks away. We've all experienced it. You're at work in a coffee shop or at the gym doing your thing, when suddenly you feel that weird sensation of someone's eyes on you. You glance up and catch her. The moment your gazes meet, she looks away quickly. Sometimes she'll flash a nervous smile or even seem a little embarrassed. Now, before you write this off as nothing, maybe she just had a random thought, or perhaps you had something on your face. Let me give you the Stoic perspective. What's really happening here is that you've caught her studying you. She's been sizing you up, observing how you move, how you interact, how you carry yourself. She's been curious about you for a while, and when you make eye contact, it's like her cover's blown. Panic sets in. She wasn't ready for you to catch her in the act of studying your every move. But why does she act this way? What's behind it? This is where the lessons of Stoicism can help. In Stoic philosophy, we learn that life is about controlling our actions and responses, not others. Similarly, women, in this instance, are trying to keep control of their emotions and maintain subtlety. They don't want to come off as obvious or desperate. She's trying to figure you out, your body language, the way you speak, your presence. She's not just checking out your looks, she's assessing you as a person. This isn't random. She's drawn to you. The reason why she looks away when you catch her is that she cares what you think. If she didn't find you appealing or intimidating in some way, she wouldn't care if you noticed her gaze. She would either hold eye contact with confidence, or she wouldn't be trying to look at you in the first place. Now, consider this for a moment. How many times have you been in a social setting, only to notice a woman sneaking glances at you repeatedly throughout the event? Don't dismiss this as coincidence. You must understand, that is no accident. She's a secret admirer, trying to savor the moment without revealing her interest too soon. You've caught her peeking into the mystery of your life, and now she's trying to save face. In many ways, this subtle act is a modern version of Stoic self-restraint. The idea is to maintain control of one's impulses while pursuing personal desires or interests. Women, like the modern Stoic, often hold back from expressing their feelings too openly. Instead, they try to gauge your reaction to their interest before taking the next step. They want to see if you're someone they can trust with their vulnerability. If she can't be sure of how you'll respond, she'll stay in the shadows, watching, studying. So, what do you do with this knowledge? You must stay calm, composed, and confident. Don't jump to conclusions or assume that every woman who looks at you is interested. Stoic lessons teach us that we control our actions, not the reactions of others. But when you notice this pattern, it's important to recognize it for what it is. You've become a subject of intrigue. She's looking for something in you, and she's waiting for you to make the next move, whether that's catching her gaze again, engaging in conversation, or simply acknowledging her quietly from a distance. At the end of the day, this is a game of subtlety. If you're truly walking the path of a Stoic life, you must be aware of these quiet signals, but also stay grounded in who you are. Confidence in the face of attention is key. Don't chase after validation or try too hard to decode every glance. Let it unfold naturally, and remember, your presence is your power. That is the Stoic way. You keep your composure, never overreacting, always aware but never too eager. Women stare, glance away, and study you, all while hoping you'll notice without feeling pressured. It's a silent dance, but one that, if played with the poise of a Stoic, could lead to much more than just a fleeting glance. If this resonates with you, drop a comment right now. I'm the man who leaves a lasting impression. Like this video, subscribe for more powerful insights, and remind yourself daily, confidence isn't loud, it's magnetic. 3. They remember everything you say and bring it up weeks later. Think about it. Have you ever mentioned something in passing, maybe a fleeting thought or a joke, and then, weeks or even months later, a woman brings it up? You're left thinking, how does she remember that? What seems trivial to you is deeply significant to her. She's not just remembering, she's analysing, replaying, and absorbing every word. Why? Because when you're her secret crush, every interaction with you matters in ways you can't imagine. What you say is not just information. It's a clue to who you are, and she's collecting them. Think back to that casual comment about your weekend plans. Weeks later, she brings it up again, asking for more details. Why? It's because it meant something to her, something she's been mulling over since that moment. Her brain has processed that information, filed it away, and then used it as a reference point to build a deeper understanding of you. It's not just a good memory, it's intentional. She's gathering data. When a woman is attracted to a man, she's not just listening, she's absorbing everything. The little things you say, the details you may forget, but she cherishes. You mention your favourite food or something you're passionate about, and before you know it, she's bringing up your preferences again, showing you she's been paying attention, trying to make a connection. You speak about your dreams, your aspirations, and she remembers and subtly works that into future conversations. That's not the behaviour of someone who's just being friendly. It's the behaviour of someone who is emotionally invested. This is where Stoic principles come into play. You see, Marcus Aurelius taught us that the true value of life lies in what we do, what we say, and how we treat others. A woman who's interested in you is no different. She sees value in what you say and applies it to her emotional world. It's not random, it's methodical. You must recognize this, because it's not just small talk, it's her way of quietly expressing interest. It's no longer just about a dinner conversation or a shared laugh. It's her way of getting closer. When you understand this, you see life differently. Your words, your actions, your thoughts carry weight. You don't need to force a connection. Stay grounded in Stoic principles, like Marcus Aurelius did, and you'll find that when you're emotionally stable and controlled, you attract others who value that same stability and focus. Every woman who's secretly crushing on you is absorbing this stability, because your presence, your words, your actions, they all align with something deeper. They're seeking the kind of stability and clarity that only a true Stoic can provide. Be deliberate in your actions, and never underestimate the power of a woman who listens closely. What you say today could shape the path of tomorrow's connection. 4. She's always around, but it seems like a coincidence. This sign is subtle but powerful. It's all about patterns, and most men never notice these patterns because every single event seems completely random. But here's the trick. If you step back, take a deeper look, and start connecting the dots, you'll begin to see the bigger picture. Do you ever notice a woman who seems to pop up wherever you are? She's at the coffee shop you visit every morning, even though she never used to be there before. She joins group hangouts that she once avoided because of her busy schedule. She takes the long way back to her desk just to walk past yours. She volunteers for projects that you're working on, even though she has no obligation to. And then there are those moments when she asks questions that frankly could be answered by someone else, but instead she comes to you. She might ask about something work-related, or even just a quick, simple thing, but she always finds a way to come to you for the answer. Each individual moment seems perfectly reasonable. She lives near that coffee shop, so it makes sense she'd be there. She's finally making time for socializing, which is why she's showing up at group events. She's stepping up at work, taking on more projects, and that's why she volunteers. And as for asking you questions, it's no big deal. Maybe she's just being helpful or simply looking for someone to talk to. But when you add it all up, when you take a step back and see the full picture, you begin to realize there's a pattern at play here. What's really happening is she's strategically positioning herself in your orbit. She's making it seem like all these occurrences are completely random, but trust me, they're not. She wants more chances to interact with you, but she doesn't want to make it obvious. She's not going to flat out ask you to hang out or spend time together. That would reveal her feelings, make her vulnerable to rejection, and she's not about to take that risk. Instead, she's doing something far more clever. She's setting up moments for you two to cross paths. She's making sure that the opportunities for conversation happen naturally, without it seeming forced or desperate. The truth is, women tend to be more socially aware than men, and because of that, they're better at creating these subtle, unplanned opportunities. She's a master of the art of subtlety. By showing up at the coffee shop, by taking the long way past your desk, by volunteering for those projects, she's not just being friendly. She's creating an environment where it feels like you two have just happened to run into each other, and the conversation can flow effortlessly. 5. They ask personal questions, but frame them as casual conversation. Here's where things start to get really interesting. You're sitting there, having what seems like a perfectly normal chat, when all of a sudden you find yourself talking about things you usually don't share so freely. Family history, past relationships, personal goals, things that usually stay behind closed doors. But in this case, she's asking these intimate questions with such ease and grace that it feels like nothing out of the ordinary. Don't be fooled. When a woman secretly crushes on you, these questions aren't just a random curiosity. No, they're the signals of a deeper, unspoken interest. She's not just passing the time with small talk. She's studying you. She's trying to figure out what makes you tick, what your values are, what kind of person you are underneath all that stoic exterior. And why? Because secretly, she wants to know whether you're someone she could be compatible with. That's right. When she's casually asking you about your family dynamics or what your deepest fears are, she's not just being polite. She's getting to the heart of what really drives you, what makes you you. Think of it as a covert mission. She wants to know if you're the kind of man who is emotionally available, what your past relationships were like, and how you view your future. Why? Because that's the blueprint for compatibility in the eyes of someone who's crushing on you, but she's making it all seem like nothing more than casual conversation. And here's where the subtlety kicks in. You must learn to recognize this. If you're paying attention, you'll notice a pattern. Her questions aren't just like the ones she asks others. While she's grilling you about your personal life, others will only get the most basic inquiries. How's work going? Or, how's the weather today? No, with you, she's digging deeper, asking about your life's purpose, your family history, even your fears. These aren't trivial questions. These are questions about the heart and soul, about who you really are beneath the surface. Don't mistake this for friendly curiosity. This is strategic. She's piecing together a puzzle, and you're the main piece she's studying. The goal: to see if she could fit into your world and whether she's willing to put her time and heart into that. Now, that's not just some innocent conversation. That's the mark of someone who's secretly falling for you. So, pay attention to what she's asking and how it compares to what she asks others. It's not about work, weather, or small talk. It's about knowing you on a deeper level. This is where Stoic life can come in handy. Stoicism teaches you to focus on what you can control, to avoid getting swept up by emotions, and to live in alignment with your values. When you're able to stay calm and composed, even in these deeply personal exchanges, it signals confidence and self-awareness. It's a powerful Stoic lesson, one that shows you're secure enough in your own identity to share what matters to you without hesitation. The truth is, a Stoic man isn't afraid to open up, but he also knows when and where to draw boundaries. When someone asks personal questions, don't rush to answer everything. Be discerning. That's how you hold your ground without getting pulled into unnecessary emotional drama. You must always remember to maintain control over your narrative and avoid oversharing. So next time she seems to steer the conversation in a personal direction, don't jump to conclusions or let it rattle you. Instead, recognize the underlying signs that she's trying to figure out if you align with her values and dreams. Recognize that you're the center of her curiosity because you're the one she secretly admires. And don't forget to live by the Stoic lessons that remind you to remain composed, wise, and confident. This isn't just about the questions she asks, though. It's about your response. You must stay true to yourself, embrace your Stoic mindset, respond with calm confidence, and always keep your boundaries intact. That's how you show her you're a man who knows his worth, his values, and where he stands in life. In the end, don't just be a passive participant in these conversations. Use your Stoic philosophy to your advantage. Engage thoughtfully, stay emotionally grounded, and give just enough of yourself to reveal your true self without surrendering to emotional chaos. This is the path of a modern Stoic, and it's the key to understanding when you're every woman's secret crush. 6. They seem to accidentally touch you. It's not just a coincidence. Pay attention. When a woman accidentally brushes your arm, or her hand lingers just a bit longer than necessary when passing you something, or when she adjusts your jacket as you stand together, this is not random. It's intentional. These small, seemingly innocent gestures are often more deliberate than you think. You must understand this. These touches aren't about politeness or mere friendliness. They are signals, subtle yet powerful, that reveal a deeper level of attraction. When a woman is genuinely interested, she's not afraid to break the physical barrier, even in the smallest of ways. You must recognize this as a sign of her desire to establish a more profound, unspoken connection with you. As the Stoic Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, but the same can be said for the quality of your awareness. A true modern Stoic is sharp and observant, not just with words, but with every action and gesture around him. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the small signs, but the Stoic principles demand that you stay present and aware. Don't get distracted by superficial chatter. Focus on the deeper, more meaningful exchanges. If she touches you more than others, if she finds ways to bridge the gap between your personal space and hers, you are not imagining things. She's signaling interest. Recognize it. Feel it. Don't ignore these signals. Modern life moves fast and many men overlook these details. But if you're serious about mastering life, you must sharpen your perception. Stop waiting for the obvious. Stop waiting for the bold confession. Look for the nuances. Let these small signs fuel your confidence. Let them empower you. Because when you understand this, you are no longer just guessing. You are engaging in a dance, a quiet, powerful exchange of energy. And you, as a modern Stoic, know exactly how to read that energy. Master the art of awareness. You must know that a woman's body language speaks volumes. It's not just about her words, it's about her actions. And those accidental touches? They're not mistakes. They are windows into her soul. She is making her feelings known in the most subtle yet undeniable way. Trust your instincts, trust your awareness, recognize the signs, and take control. Let these moments guide you, not just as clues to her attraction, but as affirmations of your own power and mastery over the situation. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. But when it comes to relationships and attraction, the best action is to be aware and in control of the moment. The signs are there. The choice is yours. Don't miss them. If you've caught onto this subtle sign, you're already ahead of the game. Most men miss these moments, thinking they're just friendly gestures. But now you know, they're a sign of deeper interest. Comment below. I'm aware of the signs and ready to make my move, and let us know how you've been picking up on these clues. 7. She laughs at your jokes, even the not so funny ones. Don't be too quick to dismiss it if you notice that she's laughing at every word you say, even when your jokes barely land or aren't all that funny. It's not about the joke itself, but what's underneath it. When someone has a crush on you, they will often find your company irresistible, and they'll show it in subtle ways. A simple, seemingly casual laugh can be her way of telling you that she enjoys your presence, admires your sense of humour, and feels more comfortable around you than anyone else. It's not always about whether your joke is objectively funny. It's the blessing of Stoicism that allows her to appreciate the moment and your company. In the world of modern Stoics, there's a certain grace in acknowledging the beauty of a person without outwardly declaring it. A laugh, even in response to something that doesn't quite hit the mark, is a sign of that quiet admiration and approval. It's a classic sign of attraction, a hint that she's viewing you through a lens that others don't get to see, where even your failed jokes become a way to connect. You see, women who are genuinely into you won't judge every little thing you do with the same critical eye others might. They'll see the deeper, charming side of you that others might miss. Laughing at your jokes, especially those that might go unnoticed by the rest of the room, is a clue that she's trying to show you that you matter to her in a way that transcends ordinary interactions. It's about modern Stoicism, where true admiration is shown through actions and not just words. When you're more than just an acquaintance, your humour becomes a reflection of your character to her, not just a punchline to be judged. Think about it. This is the quiet but powerful pull of attraction, where a laugh isn't just a laugh. It's a message, a sign that your presence is appreciated, and that you're not just passing through her life like everyone else. When she laughs at something that others might find trivial, that's when you know there's more to it. She's not just amused by you, she's drawn to you, and she's giving you a hint of something deeper. In the world of the old Stoic, there's wisdom in understanding that genuine affection is often unspoken, expressed in small, meaningful ways. That laugh is her way of saying, "I'm paying attention. I like being around you. You make me feel good." If she's laughing at jokes others might not even notice, you've moved past the surface, level friendship, and into something much more significant. Her response goes beyond the ordinary and shows a deeper connection. That's a sign that you've caught her interest in a way that goes beyond casual acquaintance. You must recognize that laughter, in this context, is not just about humour. It's an intimate gesture, a subtle but powerful display of admiration that many would miss. So next time you hear that laugh, take it as the compliment it truly is. She's not just laughing at your words, she's laughing at the person she's falling for. 8. She's always around when you need help. Let's face it, there's something uniquely captivating when someone shows up just when you need them the most. Picture this. You're wrestling with a complicated project, or perhaps you've hit a roadblock in your day. And then, out of nowhere, she appears. Maybe it's with a suggestion, maybe with an offer to help, or simply by being there when you're clearly struggling. This is no coincidence. It's not magic. It's her subtle yet deliberate way of getting closer to you. When a woman repeatedly pops up just when you need assistance, whether it's with a work task, a piece of advice, or even just a minor inconvenience, it's a strong sign that she's more than just casually interested. She's actively trying to be involved in your life, weaving herself into the fabric of your day. 2. Day activities. But here's the thing. Her help might seem trivial at first. She may offer to carry your bag, suggest a better way to organize your workspace, or even help with tasks that don't seem like a big deal. You might brush it off as nothing more than kindness or simple generosity. But trust me, this behavior isn't as innocent as it seems. It's all part of a larger strategy. She's showing up in your life in ways that allow her to be indispensable without directly admitting her feelings. Think about it. When you need something, she's always there. There's a reason she's choosing to be so helpful. Her help isn't about being a good Samaritan. It's about finding a way to spend more time with you, to be noticed, and to slowly make herself an important part of your routine. This is the subtle art of being there when you need help, without appearing too obvious. You can almost picture her playing a game, a strategic, quiet dance, where she's giving just enough to get closer to you while keeping her true feelings tucked away. And she's using her Stoic lessons to do it, adopting the quiet patience that defines a Stoic life. She's not rushing in with declarations of affection. Instead, she's building her presence around you, slowly and steadily, like a patient warrior observing their target from the shadows. Don't mistake this for mere coincidence. This is intentional. In the world of Stoicism, we talk about living with purpose and intention. This is exactly what she's doing, showing up with purpose. She's not impulsively offering help because it's convenient for her. She's doing it because she's decided to take action in a way that aligns with the Stoic belief in control and strategy. She's learned how to navigate her emotions, and instead of overreacting or declaring her feelings, she's using her actions as the best form of expression. But don't mistake her calm demeanor for indifference. Women like this know how to play the long game, and they understand the quiet power of presence. You'll see her continue to linger, to offer advice, or to step in when you least expect it. She's not just being helpful, she's being strategic, and in her own way, she's mastering the art of being indispensable without saying a word. You must recognize this behavior for what it is. It's not just random acts of kindness. It's a methodical, thought-out approach to getting closer to you. She's making herself indispensable, so that even in small moments she becomes a key part of your life. This is the quiet power of Stoicism in action. By not overtly pushing her feelings, she's remaining composed, never rushing or forcing anything. Instead, she's taking deliberate steps that lead to greater closeness over time. Be aware. The more time you spend together, the more you'll realize how much you rely on her quiet presence. It's her way of integrating herself into your life in a meaningful, almost unnoticeable way. The next time you catch her offering help, or even just lingering when you're working, ask yourself, is she doing this to be closer to you? Chances are the answer is a resounding yes, and you, as a modern Stoic, can appreciate the strategy she's employing, knowing that true connection often grows slowly, patiently, and with deliberate effort. In the end, the key lesson here is simple. You must recognize the signs and appreciate them for what they truly are. This isn't just help, it's an invitation into her life, a way for her to be closer without saying it outright. It's the work of someone who understands the power of action over words, someone who's playing the long game with the subtlety of a Stoic. Well, that wraps up today's video. If you found it valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with anyone who might benefit, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. If you've got any feedback, or if there's anything you want to discuss further, drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I'm here for your opinions. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay true to yourself, stay strong, and keep being that modern Stoic. Catch you in the next one.